Gemini, welcome to your monthly overview. I hope you're well, I hope you are fabulous, and I hope you've had a chance to check out the shorts. I have recently entered that particular arena, creating shorts for YouTube, and I have enjoyed them, very much so, and much to my surprise, I might add. And at this time, I expect to keep doing them. I call them the short sesh. So those are brief tarot kind of therapy check-ins that I anticipate at this time to do at least once a week for all 12 signs, probably on Friday. But yeah, we'll keep it going, see how it goes. I've been enjoying it, like I said, and some are satire, because I do have a sense of humor, or at least I believe I do, and it must express itself. But just to reassure everyone, these shorts will not replace the in-depth reads. You have my word. This is where the actual work is. Okay? There you go. Show me what I need to see, please. Show me what I need to see, please. For Gemini, we have to keep up with the times, yes? I don't do the talk, and yeah, we don't do the talk. And TikTok. And I got banned on Instagram, so there you go. Shorts it is on YouTube. Let you know me about the quality, honey. You can't really get full quality readings on 60 seconds. You just can't. But one must try to keep up with the times, yes? So, doing that compromise between super, super long and super, super short. Show me. Show me what I need to see, please, for Gemini. It doesn't cause me conflict. I'm an in-depth reader. I know what I'm doing. I know what I signed up for. That's my style. It's my method, so it's not a complaint. In fact, I was irritated by the idea of shorts. Like, it runs so contrary to me, my personality, and the quality of my work, yeah? But, much to my surprise, it has been fun. So, what's going on, please, for Gemini? Show me Gemini, 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 show me Gemini. A lot of activity I've seen has been centering around your birth season. For folks, a lot of upcoming energy that's anticipatory around Gemini season. It's been pretty consistent. Let's see what's going on for you. Two of Wands, Seven of Swords. Oh, the Star. Oh, we're acting like we're not waiting, but we're waiting. Oh, what's going on? We're acting like we're not waiting, but we are indeed waiting. We have some moon energy here. Ten of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles. We have some fears, honey. We have some fears. It's like we don't dare speak it aloud. We have fears that something that is solid to us, our foundation, might break. Fear that it could happen. Fear that you want it to happen. Oh my. Interesting. Chariot, Seven of Pentacles, the Lovers. There you are. Overview, High Priestess. Use your intuition. Yes, I agree. Yes, I agree. You have a very powerful future orientation. Your energy, in short, suggests there's somewhere I gotta be. And it's where I actually want to be. And it's been growing in you for a long time. It's love. Your chariot, your fastest moving vehicle, for which we abide by our heart, or we're supposed to, has somewhere it would like to be. The Lovers. That's you, that's your power card. Strong connectivity here. I'm not just interpreting it as you, in other words. Your heart has somewhere simply it wants to be. But not without conflict. Not without conflict. Let's take a look at it. Let's see what your intuition is telling you. This is interesting, I have to admit. Two of Wands, Seven of Swords, the Star. Something that's deeply, deeply desirous within us. You're like, no, I'm not. I'm not waiting on that. I'm not looking at that. I'm not waiting on that. That's not what's happening, Christina. Don't misunderstand the situation. I'm not thinking about that at all. I ain't missing you at all. I ain't missing you at all since you've been gone away. Okay. Okay. Show me the High Priestess, please. Show me the High Priestess. Show me the High Priestess. Take reverse energy if it does not. Reverse energies as it applies. Cross watcher, same. Show me the High Priestess, please. What's your intuition saying? How's it talking to you? Are you listening? What are you feeling? Four of Wands, the Star. King of Swords. Ooh. There's that star twice in you. There's something here you want to show up as a relationship. Hardcore, man. Hardcore. I'm not knocking on you. You know it to some degree. There you are. That King of Swords. Your intuition's talking to you. It's like, I really want this to show up in my relationship. I really want to this thing, this situation, or this person to show up as relationship, possibly marriage material. I really, 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 really want this as a relationship, one that I can claim, one that I can say I can come home to, one that I say is mine, one that I actively participate in and am determined to have it. Some part of you at the spiritual level, intuitively, and your mind has fixated upon a star as your relationship commitment. I really, really, really want this, and intuitively, I feel like this is my relationship, the ultimate relationship. You feel it. And there is a star that's presented to you, but you're also saying, but I'm not waiting on that. I'm not waiting on that at all. What are you not waiting on? Show me that Two of Wands, please. Show me that Two of Wands, show me that Two of Wands, show me that Two of Wands. Show me that Two of Wands, please. Show me that Two of Wands, show me that Two of Wands. Show me that Two of Wands, please. Show me that Two of Wands. I don't know what that is to you, but it's very specific to you. Ace of Wands, Two of Swords, Eight of Pentacles. Something presented itself as an opportunity to be constructively worked through. We had wanted this. We did. We wanted this. We had wanted to work through this. Specifically, we wanted to work through the confusion. Ace of Wands, Eight of Pentacles. It could be a brand new opportunity in work. I don't know about that. I don't know. I'm not convinced of it, but yes, it could be. Brand new opportunity in work. Some of you use work to clarify your thoughts. But there was something here. We waited. We're hoping that there would be an opportunity here to present itself, to work through something. It confuses us, but we had hoped it would come in, and it looks like it did. There was an opportunity here to work through something. You had waited on it in some way, even though you might have said you weren't, you were. And we didn't quite know how to work through it, we just knew that we wanted to. It did present itself, in reality, in 3D. It looks like it came through simply, but it was our opportunity to clear up confusion. Show me that Seven of Swords, please. We wanted that opportunity to clear up the confusion. We had been waiting on it, and then, when it presented itself, someone snuck away. Seven of Swords, I'm not going to reveal my true thoughts or my true feelings about this, even though I had been waiting on this opportunity to do exactly that. This was my opportunity to clear up the confusion. And then somebody went, not the whole thing. We didn't talk about our feelings. Six of Wands, the Moon. We could not reveal that which mattered to us the most. We had an opportunity to repair something here. We had wanted it, we were desiring it, maybe even waiting a little bit for it to come in to present itself as an opportunity to fix something. Specifically the confusion. And it did present itself. And when we had the opportunity to speak up, someone snuck out. They didn't talk about their feelings. It remained under the moon. The stuff they needed to speak to the most is what remained under the moon. Particularly how it felt so fucking good. It felt so fucking good for this, whatever this is, to show back up. It felt really good. But we couldn't say any of that. The heart showed up phenomenally. Somebody's sense of fire showed up for it. This makes me feel so good, and it gives me a sense of direction. We can't talk about any of that. This was an opportunity. It was clear as day. It came in, waiting for it, hoping for it. This is my chance to clear up the confusion. And instead, we made it worse. Somebody actively did not participate in sharing their thoughts and feelings. It's right here. They swept it literally under the moon. You, them. Somebody here was like, okay, I'm ready to work on this. Let's do it. And the other person's like, yes, I was waiting on this opportunity. And then we spoiled the opportunity to say, this is how I really feel. This is how I actually feel in this dynamic. This is what it does to me. Show me the star. Show me the star, please. Show me the star. 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 Show me the star, please. Three cups. Seven of cups. Six of Swords. This is it, man. Shit. Somebody else showed me something like this. This was it. Somewhere within this connectivity of the 3 and 7 of Cups, we had options here. We had options here to reconnect, and then somebody moved on from the option. And it's what we really desired. Somebody shot themselves in the foot, honey. I don't know. But somebody here clearly shot themselves in the foot. We were waiting on this. It's like we were waiting on game day for an opportunity for this to come back in to work on it. Somebody showed up with their 8 of Pentacles. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. Hammer it out, hammer it out. And the person's like, yes. But I'm not going to actually put my real feelings into this or authentic self. I'm not going to share those thoughts. 7 of Swords. This is the active sneaking away. I can't. No. These are my real thoughts? No. I'm not going to reveal that. These are my real feelings? No. No. And so the opportunity to reconnect with this faded. It faded hard. And it represented the star, that which you seem to desire so much in a relationship. Somebody withdrew their participation for being an option or for reconnecting. Despite the fact, and it's, and it meant so much, the star, it meant so much to us. I know this is you. Intuitively you feel very desirous of having a relationship with somebody. And there came an opportunity to bridge some sort of gap, to clear up communication issues, and in fact it just made things worse. When it was time for somebody to show up with their heart space and their true feelings and intentions, they didn't. They dodged it. They dodged it. They wouldn't address it. They wouldn't go near it. It's like, I can't talk about that. I can't open myself up like that. Here's our opportunity to fix this. I don't know what that person expected to put into it. They waited on it to come in. It presented itself. Ooh, it was all but delivered. There was an entry that was so easy. A re-entry was so easy here. And that was our opportunity to clear up the confusion. Someone showed up ready to work. Okay, I'm going to knock this out. This is what's up. This is what's going on. This is how I'm contributing, right? And the other person was genuinely excited. But somebody failed to contribute where it counted the most. And then that kind of opportunity to reconnect sailed by. It's like this option for reconnecting is not an option anymore. And there goes my hopes and dreams and star that goes right along with it. Because you did. I do know this is you. Intuitively, you felt you very much wanted a relationship with this person. It's like your biggest hopes, dreams, desire. And then it just kind of sailed on by. And here's the critical junction right here. We had the opportunity to say what we're really thinking and feeling, and then we swept it all under the moon. Our feelings, our intentions, what we meant, what we felt, what we wanted our actions to be. Speaking of which, it's right here too, the moon. Show me the moon. You might have some strong Pisces in your chart. I know that you're connecting to one. We also have Cancer here. Cancer and Pisces, actually. Aquarius. Show me the moon, show me the moon, show me the moon, show me the moon. Show me the moon, show me the moon. Show me the moon, please. Okay, show me the moon, please. The sun. The Empress. Nine of Wands. We resist that which we want the most. We resist that which we want the most. We deny. I've seen it, honey, twice. I'm not trying to call you out, but this is your reading. But of course, as I said, reverse energies as it applies. When people get the toughest readings, automatically the comments are preloaded, almost preloaded, with screaming, "It's reverse, it's reverse." Then it's reverse. But I am defaulting to you as this is Gemini's reading. Okay? I see you pushing away that which you want the most in your life. Your sun and the moon. That's crazy, man. The sun and moon, that is utterly balanced energies between the masculine and the feminine. It's doesn't have to be male, female. That's not what I'm saying. It's the yin-yang effect, one without the other. The sun and the moon. It's divine balance of one's energies. Our best and our worst. The best of ourselves and the worst of ourselves that come to peace, that come at rest with someone who is like us. The divine balance of spiritual energies. In this Empress, that who you desire the most is the one who you reject the most, emotionally as well as physically. Not once but twice. You had the opportunity, I believe, to fix something with this person. And it excited you. But when it came time to lay it out, these are my feelings, these are my intentions, we didn't do it. And then the opportunity to reconnect in a viable space withdrew itself. It's almost like it goes backwards. And they're part of your star, and your moon, and your sun. The heavens and earth, yes? Show me that Ten of Pentacles, please. Ten of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, stability, instability. Foundation, broken foundation. Show me this Ten of Pentacles, please. Show me that Ten of Pentacles, please. Show me that Ten of Pentacles. Show me that Ten of Pentacles, please. Knight of Swords, Eight of Swords, Temperance. I have something in play for you that's already in, it commands a lot of your attention. I don't deny that. It's right there. It's dead center reading too, so I know it's important. The Ten of Pentacles that you have a jump reaction to. Knight of Swords, I have to take care of my foundation. I have to take care of my foundation. There's not much feeling in it, but that's something that you hope to change in time. Give it patience, and eventually you'll have more feeling for your Ten of Pentacles other than this is what I have to take care of, or this is what I have to rush in to take care of. It's like you don't have time to have feelings for it. It's just an automatic, almost knee-jerk reaction. You don't really put much feeling into your foundation. It's more like this is what I have to take care of, and it commands my attention at all times. And there might be a Sag in here with you. Doesn't have to be. Heavy Pisces, heavy heavy Cancer, heavy Pisces, Sag, Aquarius, Cancer. It doesn't have to be. People like it when I call it the signs. It doesn't really matter. It's about the energy. But it's like you really don't have much time to really anchor yourself in emotional roots in your foundation. It's, like I said, it's knee-jerk reaction. That Knight of Swords, he can be a bit slapdash, but it's also like I got a lot of shit to do. You know, and I don't have time to feel my feelings. In fact, I really don't feel one way or another about my foundation, which is a shame, Gemini. If you're going to work that hard for your foundation, your feelings should be in it too. Not that I don't have luxury. It's just my job to make sure the fucking thing is stable. And I hope that you seem to think it's a matter of time and patience before you have stronger feelings for your foundation. But for right now, it's like I'm in fight and flight mode with my foundation. it immediately commands my attention at all times. And I'm sorry that that is the case for you. It seems to be difficult. Okay. You do hope that in time it will improve and that your foundation can relax more and it won't be so commanding or demanding of your attention. But for now, the idea is I'm on call. I don't have room to have feelings for this. I just got to take care of business. Okay. Show me that Five of Pentacles, please. And it could be you're approaching your foundation like this because you are afraid it might break. Show me that Five of Pentacles, please. Or you're afraid that all your hard work will come undone. Show me this Five of Pentacles, please. Show me this Five of Pentacles, please. Show me this Five of Pentacles. For some of you, just FYI, because it caught my attention, for some of you, this top line energy, the one that we desired so much, might have ended with a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Queen of Cups here. Somebody could not speak their truth out of fear. Okay, let's shuffle that up again, please. Show me that Five of Pentacles. Death. We're so afraid that it will break. The foundation, the one that's all-consuming, the one that says we don't have time to feel it. We just got to take care of it. We're afraid it will end. Part of you expects it to. Some of you can't help but wonder if maybe you should dismantle the damn thing yourself. Ooh. Ooh. That's intense, man. Some of you wonder, I'm working so hard to maintain this foundation. I don't even have time to find myself in it. My job is to keep it together, apparently. It needs a lot of patience. It needs a lot of work. Sometimes you can't help but wonder, maybe I should just dismantle the whole fucking thing. But you also fear breaking it up simultaneously. Should I have more feeling for this? Shouldn't I be more involved in my foundation other than I have to or I've got to? You know, I plug one leak and 10 more spring in its place. Part of you thinks one day this will ultimately break despite all your best efforts, and part of you is kind of wondering if that's true. If I'm holding this thing together by duct tape and glue and gum, maybe I should be the one to start dismantling it. Because sometimes it feels like in the back of your heart that it's going to end anyway. So what's the point? You don't even have time to feel your feelings in it. You're so patient with your foundation. You're on top of it. But it doesn't seem to give back to you. Part of you knows that this might fall one day. And you're not necessarily sure if you want to prevent that. I see you doing what you need to do to keep it together. There's a big difference between I got to do what I got to do to keep it together and maybe somewhere in me, I'm looking forward to this thing breaking so I don't have to deal with it anymore. It's interesting, honey. You know what's weird? You desire and intuitively you feel, okay, that you are pulled to a healthy, functioning, happy relationship, one that you desire a great deal. The one that you associate with that said desire has tried to introduce itself to your timeline. And it seems to be the opposite of whatever this is. Something that does not make you happy. Rejoice. Pride. Love. Where two people stand up for the same common cause. This is I'm doing what I need to do before the whole thing fucking breaks. And part of me kind of wants it to. That way I don't have to run around maintaining it anymore. Some of you, therefore, might already be in a pre-existing connection, relationship, one that is founded and feels like it's a day-to-day thing keeping it together. For others of you, this represents a complexity in your life for which you feel very responsible and overly preoccupied in multiple areas. For some of you, it is a combination of the two. I see who it is whom you desire to have in your life on an intimate level, relationship-wise, possibly even marriage. And they remain under the moon, and the sun, and the stars. But we reject that person in the 3D. Spiritually, though, and emotionally, and secretly, we are very much connected to them. Let us see if your heart one day goes there. I would like to see you happy. Show me the Chariot, please. This is, I just got this. I've been loving it. It's like liquid gold, honey. Liquid gold. These are holographic decks. I have several. You've seen me use this one. This is the antique holographic. I love it. Just please know if you get yourself this deck, this is really for experienced users. These are quite slippery. Very, very slippery. Okay? But other than that, they're beautiful to work with. But yes, they are fast. Show me the Chariot, please. Show me the Chariot. Show me the Chariot. Show me the Chariot. Show me the Chariot. Let's see if your heart gets there. I see that your heart back here in the recent past had the opportunity to show up in its full glory, and it did not. I believe that's you. There you go. Show me that Chariot, please. Let's see how your heart shows up now. Or I should say in future. Show me the Chariot. Oh. 3 of Wands. There it is again. 2 of Swords. 4 of Cups. It's like you're looking around and you're disappointed that your heart hasn't showed up to where it wants to be. It's sad, honey, because you're looking around at your heart and you don't understand why you're so disappointed where it ended up. My heart's so big and beautiful and it feels so many things, and how come it's still here? How come it's still stuck here, not happy? I've been waiting for that happiness to come in, and you seem to associate this long overdue happiness with that which you give to over here, that foundation you can't help but wonder if it's inevitably going to break, and if so, maybe you should be happy about it. I'm sorry. You are disappointed. You're disappointed to find your heart still stuck in a situation that you don't particularly care for. It is some kind of consuming commitment, a community, family, friend, marriage dynamic, all, many things work too, that ultimately disappoints you. It's like you keep pulling your car into that particular garage, and you know what? You hate that fucking garage. You're still giving to it, in other words. Your heart still hasn't shown up to where it wants to go or where it wants to be. Not yet. Let's see that 7 of Pentacles, please. I'm rooting for you, honey. What you want wants you. That's how it works. If you are not in a position to take this energy on, okay. Just please know that you still very much desire it, and it's with you very strongly. You knew what you wanted to make out of it. A relationship. A real one. One that's loving and supportive. And it's there for the long term. The stars, far-reaching consequences. 4 of Wands. It can be a far-reaching concept. Okay. Show me the 7 of Pentacles, please. Show me the 7 of Pentacles. Show me the 7 of Pentacles. You know what's weird? Going back to that heart thing with the garage. It's like you have a beautiful car. I mean, like, and I know I say it with Gemini all the time. For some reason, I equate you guys with mobility and intensive technology that is complex. So it's not a surprise I associate with vehicles often. But it's like you have a beautiful car that for some reason you park it on the street on the bad side of town. See what I'm saying? I don't know. Your car keeps pulling up to the same place that keeps not making you happy, honey. You're still waiting on it to change, and there's no reason for it to change. The dynamic hasn't changed. Ace of Swords, Seven of Cups, King of Wands. You are wanting to open back up to options again, to feeling feelings again. It's slow, but it's there. There's something about you that's just getting so bigger than the situation for which you keep finding yourself. I don't know how it's going to manifest. I don't know how it's going to express itself in the 3D. I just know that in some way your energy is trying to get bigger than the environment for which it finds itself and the unhappiness for which it finds itself. In other words, you're looking for an escape route, honey. You're looking for an escape route. Your energy is getting bigger because it far exceeds the environment for which you keep finding yourself. That foundation that you can't help but think, one day it's going to end anyway, so why the fuck do I keep giving to it? I keep saying give it patience. I keep commanding of myself to keep it together, even though I don't feel one way or another for it. Why am I doing this? I'm still not happy. As a result of that, I see you almost looking for an escape route. Your energy's getting bigger. Show me the Lovers. Show me the Lovers. What you will do with that energy, I don't know. For some of you, you will continue to try to avoid it like I believe you did back here. That's for some of you, not all of you. And I will remind you, tarot doesn't dictate shit, you do. All I can do is read energies. The actual outcome is up to you. You are a human being. Being alive by definition means you are subject to free will. This is but one of many possibilities. I say that because I hate seeing disappointing outcomes. But yes, some of you will choose to do nothing, despite the fact that your energy is restless and wants to free itself. Show me the Lovers, please. Show me the Lovers, show me the Lovers, show me the Lovers. Show me the Lovers, please. One more. Show me the Lovers, please. Five of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Knight of Cups. I see you freeing up your energy in a different direction. That's all I can say. That's all I really know how to say. But it's coming from a much more practical place within you, kind of accepting that some things were meant to break, and that's very brave of you. I see you breaking away. That fear that this thing would end, I see you recognizing that it must. And that is for your own good. That is the practical thing to do. That is the right thing to do. As the King of Pentacles, who is embracing the situation instead of shying away from it. Your emotions are expressing themselves in a different direction. One that actually seems to be open and fluid. The Knight of Cups. I don't know where it's going specifically. I just know that it makes sense to you. Here I see you afraid of the breakage, Five of Pentacles, but also thinking somewhere in the back of you that it's inevitable. So why do you keep participating in it? Especially if you continue to be unhappy. Then I see you actively embracing the breakage, saying it's for the best. And that is when you seem to really come into your own. I agree. The King Queen of Pentacles is all about self-care, self-love, self-worth. In order to make decisions like this, in order to do things like this, you have to know what your worth is. Is it worth it to you to stay in something that does not make you happy? And hasn't for a long time? keep hoping that one day things will change, despite the fact there's no evidence to the contrary? Or is it a real, true reflection of your self-worth and self-love to kind of do the thing that you were already thinking about back here? Because you know, it seems like your contributions are for naught. As your energies or your efforts, probably both, are underappreciated, undervalued, and not cared for, the way you so desired in this opening to have something that exact opposite of those characteristics. I wasn't sure which way you were going to go. I saw your energy rise, but that doesn't necessarily mean you'll do anything with it. But you are looking for an escape route, and you found one. You decided upon a clean break from whatever this is. You had already been thinking, maybe I should do that anyway. Maybe it's best if I did it myself. Doesn't seem to give much to me, and I'm running around like a chicken with my head cut off, and I'm never happy. You know what would have made me happy? Whatever the hell that was. I see you embracing this decision as being correct, and it comes from a place of knowing your self-worth. Okay. I see your emotions moving in a different direction, where I do not know, but it seems to be through a connection that makes sense to you. I don't know this necessarily this one, given the intensity of it, and rather, I should say not the intensity, but the depth of it. That's a lot of depth. That's a lot of depth. That's not a shallow connection at all. The way we deny it, we know it would take up more space than you have to give. That's all I know. This connection, whoever this Empress is to you, your sun, your moon, your stars, it would take up so much more space than you have to offer. I see you making space. Know what serves you, yes, and know what does not serve you. Part of being responsible is to know which is which. Part of knowing your self-love is to knowing which is which. Can I get more on this, please? Communication. Communication, insistence upon investment, insistence upon keeping your heart open. I don't know. I got you talking to somebody. I got you talking to somebody. But they seem to be correct for you. Spiritually, you seem to resonate with this person. And they make you think, or rather make you feel, or rather make you understand that the breakage is worth it. Okay. I'm trying to figure out who the hell this is. Someone whom we keep our eye on. Someone who represents that Nine of Pentacles energy. Someone who is kind of fiercely independent or single, gorgeous, competent. They know what they're doing. They know what's up. Someone whom we would like to heal with, or you associate them with healing and or spiritual practices. Somebody keeps an eye on that person. So that means we know who they are to some extent. And they have very strong qualities we associate with independence, freedom, possibly independent wealth. Someone who does enjoy the finer things. They dress well, they speak well, they hold themselves well. Someone whom we would like to reconcile our waters with? Maybe. I don't know. But your conclusion is to start out with tentative steps that are unassuming. Yes, I agree. I just wanted to know where your energy seemed to be connecting after this break, because you seem to be authorizing a lot of good energy forward after that happens. I just wanted an idea of where it was going to go. I see you engaging in conversation with somebody, but it's unassuming. You're showing me pages. I'm unassuming in this it requires some reconciliation, work, some healing with this person. I don't know what it is necessarily that you're leaving behind. It seems to be multidirectional. It's not pegged to any one concept. It's just your overall life as you have seen it and or experienced it for some time and how dissatisfying it is. And it means you breaking away with certain things that seemed inevitably they were going to head down a one-way street. So it's kind of like, if that's true, if it's headed in that direction and a part of me recognizes it, maybe I can start dismantling that street right now. Because it seems to me I'm keeping this thing together by a thread and a prayer. And I'm not even emotionally attached to it. What the hell does that tell me? I'm still waiting for my heart to show up for something that disappoints me continuously. Why am I doing this? I see you start looking for an out as your energy rises. And then you ride to the practical self-worth conclusion. It is best I break from this, actually, for my own sense of worth and value. And you're showing me that under the Lovers, which is your energy. Then I see you talking, but it's in an unassuming way. Unassuming. Starting with the basics. Couple pages. I pushed it further. Who is this? Someone who represents that Nine of Pentacles energy, but we also associate them as needing reconciliation. Healing. We need healing with this person, or they themselves are a healer, but we know who they are. Page of Swords. We know who they are. Okay. But the way you're handling it is firm. Realistically, I'd like to talk to you. I do not know if it's the same person for whom you had strong hopes and desires. We're moving slowly in that direction of love, balanced love, Two of Cups. We are strongly attracted to this person. We are strongly attracted to this person. We've been slowly moving in this person's direction for a long time. It just doesn't look obvious. That's how slow it is. There's a lot of obstacles in between. You seem to associate them with many things. There's the communication. We were always slowly headed in this direction. It's beautiful. And it's also unassuming. Especially if you two had some stuff go down between you two. I don't know. We're not getting into the specifics, but you seem to know that they need healing, or that there's healing that needs to take between you two. It's weird because you're not showing me straight up reconciliation. You're showing me realistic movements and pages in terms of your communications, actions, and intentions. So it's a little bit more than I would like to get back together with them. It's a little more extensive than that. It's interesting. But you seem to know who they are. I was trying to see if it was this person, the Empress, that was not made room for. I don't know. It's a strong bond, I know that. I don't know why that's such an important point. I keep coming back to this. Yeah. There they are. Yes, that's who it is. You start out unassuming. That's the direction of your heart. It's finally getting some momentum instead of being stuck somewhere parked where it doesn't want to be parked. Your heart's moving forward in that particular direction, but from what I saw based on the pages with that Queen of Swords, it will be done in an unassuming manner, but also in a realistic way, but also in a determined way to start out small with some basic communication as well as some basic investment. We're going to take up the ball from there. The attraction still remains, and it's looking like the bridges will be mended. The communication will be active. I just wanted clarification about where your heart space was going, and it's going to that person whom we've denied. The one who kind of represents our balance, our greatest balance with the sun and the stars. It just took a minute. I told you, time was attached. It was already moving in this direction. There's a lot of bumps in the road, honey. A lot of bumps in the roads between you and whatever this divine connection is. A lot of bumps in the road. I guess you got tired of parking your really nice car on a really nasty street. You know, there's no disrespect from that. I grew up on nasty streets. I didn't come from wealth. Everything I have, I've earned it, right? It's no disrespect to nasty streets. It's just when you know you don't belong there, and it takes from you, and it doesn't give back to you. Who you are as a person has far exceeded that space a long time ago. It's just a never-ending pit that constantly requires your attention and care, but it doesn't give back to you. It doesn't matter how nasty or beautiful that street is, how established it is, how long you've been doing it. It doesn't matter. An ungiving residency, an ungiving occupation, an ungiving family, an ungrateful whatever, partner, etc. It's not worth being there. Doesn't matter how fundamentally ugly or beautiful it is on paper or according to like the street map views. If you're not supposed to be there, you're not supposed to be there. There are plenty of people who have beautiful homes and beautiful everything on paper and they're fucking miserable. There's other people who have very little and they're the happiest. My point is, don't stay where you don't belong. Even you thought about dismantling this fucking thing, whatever it is. And it looks to be complicated. It runs in multiple directions. But if we sit there and say it's complicated, then we will do shit about it. Because we'll convince ourselves what you speak is what you create. If you keep telling yourself, if you're that Gemini indeed that says, I can't stop doing this, it's too complicated, it needs me, it fails without me, then let it fail. Because anything that's running on one person's power, that receives no other help from anybody else, and it would fail without you, then I'm guessing it's supposed to fail because you're fucking miserable. If you were throwing yourself into something at that level and you were happy, I wouldn't argue with it. I wouldn't. But you're throwing yourself into something where you get very little back. You're miserable and you have been, and you've been waiting for that to change. And why? Why would you? No change plus no change equals no change. So why are you sitting there unhappy telling me I'm still disappointed that my heart's not satisfied? Why would it? Nothing about the dynamic for which you are giving has changed. You know what does equal change? Change. You know what equals love? Love. You know what fear equals? Fear. You want love, go get it. Because it's not where you currently are. You had a really strong idea though, and you still do. I got news for you. It's in your overview. You have a very strong idea of what a healthy, attractive relationship that's solid and tight as fuck should look like. And then P.S. you also feel it too. And you got close, honey. You got close. You got really close. But there was something here about we couldn't reveal ourselves. I don't think you had this space for this person to grow in the way that you wanted or for them to thrive or the way you wanted them to be in your life, you don't have the room. You don't have the room. And you're still disappointed by the results. Stop being disappointed by the results. Change. Change. If you're going to sit there and say it's complicated and there's nothing I can do, then that's what you're going to get. But man, the Gemini I'm looking at, in the back of your mind, you yourself were already contemplating, maybe I should dismantle it. Maybe I should. Maybe I should. Maybe I should. One day, you do. Not only do you do that, you also know it's correct for you. It's coming from a place of self-love. There you are. I wanted to know where your heart is going. It goes back to them. Like I said, there was a lot of fucking bumps in the road. A lot. Get to where you need to be, yes? This is for some of you, not all of you. I very rarely see people push past their bullshit. I see a lot of hypotheticals. This is what I would do. This is what I would do. This is what I would do. But I can't. It's too hard. It's too complicated, or I'm too afraid. And I'm not saying those aren't real and valid, but it's also not who that person is, but it's what they insist that they are, what they have to do, or etc., etc., instead of doing what they need to do for themselves. So it's quite nice to see you push past the fear. And there is fear here. Fear that you'll lose this, and it felt like you did. We always had to push this energy back, push it back, despite knowing what it could do for us or mean to us. There's fear here of losing something that you don't particularly want to keep. It's deeply embedded. There might be another person in here. God, I hope not, because it looks like you're a one-man or one-woman show with a lot of dependents. Family, friends. Not much of a support system, despite the fact that you seem to be surrounded by one. You understand? It's weird. It's a weird dynamic. I'm not saying your life is weird. What I'm saying is like you're doing way too much as an individual to supply the needs of too many people. And you wonder why you're miserable. Some of you do have that tendency to make people go out of your way to make people need you. That way you never really feel alone. But that doesn't mean you're happy. And it's something about that person, though. They don't need you. They don't. They want you. That's the difference. You already showed me they're independent. That's frankly something I think this Gemini could do with someone who actually knows how to stand on their own 2 fucking feet. Not take, but give. You had a very strong idea about that in your opening, too. Okay. Just too practical. Somebody here is very, very practical. You, possibly the person you're connected to. Clouds. Could be cloudy where you are right now. Silver linings, things like that. It might seem like you're in rainy days that just never end, or sometimes you were very down and disappointed and depressed. It's like the sun never comes out to you. Some of you say you keep at the same situation because it's the practical thing to do. Practical thing to do. The practical thing to do is killing you, honey. It's one thing to be practical because you want to be and it feels right, and you still have quite a bit of love and passion for the situation. It's another thing to tell yourself, you telling yourself it's the practical thing to do is right up there with it's complicated. In other words, it keeps you in the same spot. There's what we know to be true, and then there's what we tell ourselves. What we tell ourselves to keep us in play, despite our energy saying there's something different for us. You're not this Gemini. You're not this person. Passionate. Sign of Scorpio, Capricorn. No, I'm sorry. Scorpio, Virgo. The four-leaf clover. Some of you. I typically say the luck of the Irish, but for some of you there might be some sort of four-leaf clover that might be prominent in your vision for some reason. It's confirmation. You might see that symbol somewhere. T-shirt, hat, towel. I don't know. It's confirmation. The rabbit from Alice in Wonderland. No time to say hello, goodbye. I'm late, I'm late, I'm late. In other words, you're always busy. And you're always on somebody else's clock except yours. The camel, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. And also the conservation of one's feelings. The crown. Someone here wears the crown of importance. Queen-like, empress-like, importance. Also, again, confirmation of the earth energy, but also that sense of status and importance. Okay. K. Y. Oh my. Yes, okay. Ambitious. Someone here is very ambitious. Leo. Leo. It's funny because, yeah, Leo, and then also the word generous. Somebody here might be very generous and very initiative driven. Okay. You might be overgiving yourself. We have a small dog. Some of you have a small dog, specifically the kind that you associate with Scotty, Terrier, Yorkie, Chihuahua. The emotional anchor, that's what I'm saying, you don't have one. The Gemini I'm looking at, you currently don't have an emotional anchor in your foundation. And then you wonder why you're so disappointed. Okay. You're not happy with where you are. And you've even thought about dismantling it yourself. What you want is your emotional cause. You want to drop anchor in somebody's heart space, specifically your own. The infinity loop, having a purpose-driven, meaningfully driven relationship, not just one that you say is practical or this is the right thing to do, but one that actually means something to you forever. The infinity loop, one that feeds back to you. It feeds itself and it feeds you. That's the proper feedback loop, is the infinity loop, not the circle. The infinity loop. It also has the implication of the soul bond. Okay, did we get them all? Yes. All right. I feel like there's something in here. Vivid dreams. Sometimes you have vivid dreams about your person, okay, that are bright, fast, confusing, slow. I'm trying to find them. Oh wait, that's them, but they can't see me. Vivid dreams like that. The person whom you're actually soul bonded to, the one that you had such a strong intuition and even vision of marriage with. You had such a strong vision of it. I know you've seen it in your mind's eye 1,000 times, or in your heart. Intuitively you felt it. That's the one whom we dream about. They're very vivid. We have an impression that it's them. For some, some of you try to find their eyes in your dreams. It's like that's how you know it's them, is if you can see their eyes. You don't like it when they turn their head away. You need to see their eyes in their dreams. I don't know why. Otherwise you don't believe it's them. There are family concerns here. Yes, I know. Somewhere in the midst of that mess, that is the Ten of Pentacles, you're working so hard to keep it together. But a part of you wonders if you shouldn't dismantle it yourself. I know. There's family in there too. Runner, you're always running around, trying to clean up the family matters, the family concerns, money, health, dependencies, I gotta fix this, I gotta fix that. It's like everybody in your family's problem is your problem, right? You're the one with the truck. Why did I say that? Yeah, there goes the car again. Maybe some... Okay, this is gonna sound funny. As soon as I said that you're the one with the truck, I was about to go somewhere with that analogy. And running around with family matter. Let me finish that thought before I forget, and I will. You know me. You're the one with the truck, like a junker, like a real junker. So when anybody needs something moved, they call you. But I was like, wait a minute, that conflicts in my brain, because at the same time I see you have a beautiful car. I don't know why. So you might have two cars then too, like your nice beautiful shiny one, the one that you're still parking on the street that no longer is yours, but you keep parking there. And then you've got a junker. I don't know where that came from. I was going to say, you're the first, everybody calls you because you got the truck, right? And it's beat up, it's like, it's old, but they're like, yeah, that's why I'm going to call it, because, you know, they don't care if they get that truck messed up. So that's like, anyway, my point is, honey, is like, you have become the rescue vehicle for a lot of people in your life. You go running, it's like, I told you, it's like a twitch reaction. And you yourself don't emotionally get much from it anymore. And you're continuously disappointed for showing up for others in the way they don't show up for you. But mostly, I just see your life not being where you want it to be emotionally. It's like, this is it? This is what I'm doing? This is what life is? And you have such a strong, undisputed vision of marriage. I believe marriage with somebody. Where you're like, now that's something that's worth fighting for. That is something worth being a hard ass for. That is something worth being determined for. That's interesting. It's like a truck that's got like gas kicking out the back. Like you could see it like little puffs. I don't know why. It's a junker, baby. It's a junker. But it's sentimental. That's for some of you. No, but I meant it as the analogy, not reality. As like the analogy, everybody calls you, borrow that truck, you know? It's rusted out in some places. Has different various colors of paints on it. I don't know. Unexpected message, hot and cold, ego death. Oh my, that's quite a few concepts right there. Hot and cold. Do I want this? Do I not want this? Ego death. We have to kill this concept of the hot and cold. We have to know that we want it and stick to it. We can't say I want it today and reject it tomorrow. Or I'm really attracted to this today and I'm going to kill it and wait it, or just push it off for tomorrow. We have to kill that. That hot and cold thing is kind of part of the ego for somebody that says, I really, really want this today, so I'm going to attract myself to it and then I'm going to push it off tomorrow. That's part of the ego. It's this concept of I can have this and reject it at my convenience. So that's an ego thing, and that happens, unfortunately, quite a bit. I don't see that being a dominant thing within you. I see the overarching theme of I really, really want this, but I have to push it away. You know, and how that might manifest itself in reality is that for some of you, or they towards you, but again, I'm directing this at you, again, you're reading. We can see that manifest in reality in terms of hot and cold. I really, really, really want to pull myself towards this person today, right now, right now. I'm going to drop a message right now. I got to say, I need something. I need something to get me through this fucking day. And it's kind of like that when you've been deprived of good flow, of good feelings all day, and you just need a little something to make you feel warm and excited again. We have to stop doing that because, you know, once you get some of that heat and that warmth and that love energy, some of you had a tendency to be cold with it and then push it away. Now, I saw that as the overarching concept with one person in particular that was very, very important. And it was kind of like that very, I want the best of this, or I feel I could have the best with this, but I have to keep it under the moon. I have no space to give it. And how it came out in reality There might have been some quick and fast hot messages between you and somebody, and then you would go cold when you had enough, or you couldn't give it any more room or time. We have to kill that. That's part of the ego. In other words, we have to know what we want. Somebody might have been ghosted in this process because of that. That hot and cold energy. You know, it's here today, gone tomorrow. Busy and distracted. So somebody was constantly busy and distracted. There was inconsistency with the hot and cold energies. I need just enough to get me through. That was part of somebody's ego, and somebody got ghosted as a result. You, them, the both. I don't know. But it's like, yeah, no. And then there was the chaser. So there was a runner as well as a chaser in this dynamic. Okay. In other words, you two know that there's something strong between you two, but the other person did not have room to dream. Or to dream? Why did I say that? They did not have room to dream. Somebody has vivid dreams, yes, but somebody else was not in the position to dream about the other person in that way. We had to move on, and yet we manifest despite all that. Despite all the busyness and the distraction, we're still manifesting this person. So let's be aware of that, please. And that hot and cold and ego death, that's got to die. We have to know what we want and stick to it. So if you say you are that person that's getting closer and closer to dismantling your Ten of Pentacles because you ultimately understand it's not worth it, then once you decide that, you have to stick to it. If you're going to reintroduce, and I saw it in an unassuming way, but there was love behind it, re-engaging with that person is going to be a life-changing decision if we manifest them appropriately. Yes. Okay, that's enough for reals this time. I don't know why I got pulled to that one, but I did. The thing with the truck was interesting. That was really interesting. There's also it's like a country truck. Now I'm from Texas, so I kind of have an idea of what that looks like. But it is like a country truck. I don't know why. It's got different colors on it from the years. It kind of rides low now. It might have gas just like shoot out the back. I don't know why I'm saying that. It's so great. It's like it's tooting along, like it said it's on its last wheels or something. But it's sentimental. It's sentimental. It kind of represents possibly where someone came from. It might have been inherited. It might have been inherited. Someone passed it down to someone else. Mother, father, or sibling. Oh, that is so funny, but you also have a beautiful one too. I don't know why. It's hilarious. It's interesting. Really interesting. I haven't gotten specifics for a while. That's pretty neat. Okay. Yeah. Is it possible? Mm-hmm. Is it going to take a lot of work? Yeah. Are there a lot of bumps in the road? Yes. Can you do it? Yes. You just have to know that you want to. And I always applaud these kind of life-changing decisions. Something's either right for you or it's wrong for you. There really isn't much in between. We can tell ourselves to stay there for its practical reasons. We can tell ourselves to stay there because it's complicated. Or we can be honest with ourselves. Do I want to keep doing this? Or do I want to live my life in the way that I best see fit? And with the person that speaks to me strongly. You seem to know they would need a lot of room to be in your life, and you don't have that room. The Gemini I'm looking at says, I'm going to make room. Just in time. In time. Just in time. Just in time. Just in time. I don't know when. It will take some time. This is the Divine Timing deck. I just got this in. I've been looking at time oracle decks for a long time. I'm never happy with any of them. They all look ridiculous or silly. This is the only one I've found that didn't seem cheesy or ridiculous. Distract yourself from the waiting game. Okay. Distract yourself from the waiting game. Honey, you're just waiting on yourself, really. You know, that whole concept of it'll be better in a month from now, or this situation will improve a couple months from now, or I'll feel better about this months or a year from now, and that's just a distraction. It's just you playing the waiting game. For some of you, there's some critical energy here around April that took place. I don't know what that is, but you will, since we are in April, you will know. There might be something very interesting for you to understand by next month as well. Within a couple of months. April, for the next couple of months, I think many of you will be in that phase still of trying to distract yourself. Things will unfold as they are meant to. I see something happening for you around May. It might have begun critically in April, but I don't know what that thing in May is. But it seems to have an outward trajectory over the next several months. But around May, something's going to fall into place that needs to. I don't know what it is. I admit I was concentrating on that kind of hidden empress. So there might be something here around May. Okay? I don't know. But they will unfold as they are meant to. Okay. That's enough for reals this time. Alright, Gemini honey, I'll see you in a couple weeks. I don't know that I'll necessarily see a continuation of this. Could be a whole different group of Geminis, I don't know. But I will see you in a couple weeks, and then also keep your eye out for the shorts, and then also the mid-month will be out this... last Sunday? I think it's last Sunday. Yeah, I have to remember, because I do these in advance, and I'll tell you why, guys. Most of these are over an hour, so there's no way I can do same-day recordings and uploads. Talking about taking risks, and I'm much too practical for that. Oh, hell no. We don't do that. We don't do same-day uploads. Hell no. I also like to capture pre-energy as much as possible. So I often have to, when I do these kind of a week or two out, I have to think about the other things that surround it. So the mid-month should be last Sunday. And like I said, the shorts will be out Friday. Okay? All right, you guys, put in the comments like I said. Do take care. And I'll see you in a couple weeks. Bye.